Let's move on to our other game here. We got Rams and Eagles. Rams feeling pretty good about how they've started the season so far. You want to start out Rams O, Eagles D?
I think so.
Okay, so let's do that. We'll go positive first because I know you're going to crush the Eagles offense. But the Rams look pretty good. Jared Goff again, 20 of 27, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. His passer rating, Chris, and I know you buy into passer rating 100%. 142.1. That was his passer rating.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Highest in a game since 2014 for him.
I like passer rating. I do. I just don't think it always tells the whole story.
Sure.
Like his passer rating, yeah. It's probably way higher than Kyler Murray's through 2 weeks. He ain't playing as good as Kyler Murray. I can just tell you that.
Here's what Jared Goff needs to do.
Yeah.
He needs to leave Sean McVay. He needs to go hook up with Gary Kubiak. He needs to dominate, and then finally, will he get the Chris Simms seal of approval.
Maybe. He's playing very good, okay? There's no doubt about that, okay? And I don't want to take that away from him. I really don't. I know I give McVay a lot of credit, and it's tough.
Honestly, watching the tape, he does make it easy. I mean, not easy. It's got to still be executed.
Yeah, right.
But they're rolling them out. They're play action.
Yeah.
So many deceptions.
The throws he's making, a lot of them, you just go, that's not a high-level have to throw. It was high-level execution, getting, like you're saying, getting everybody ready. Hey, pace of the offense. McVay's telling me to check to this, check to that. Hey, guys, we got 3 plays called. I got to get ready. Right? All that stuff is great. I mean, he's phenomenal in how calmly he always handles that. Yeah, all I'm saying is, of course, McVay's a genius. And here's the first 2 things. First off, the Rams O-line 2 weeks in a row, it's better than we thought it was going to be. So it's allowing them to run the football and dominate the line of scrimmage. I mean, that Eagles D-line, that's disappointing. I think that's where you start right off the bat. I mean, Malik Jackson, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave in free agency, Brandon Graham, Sweat on the edge, the other first-rounder from Tennessee from a few years ago. The Rams ran for 191 yards. And this isn't like a quarterback who scrambled to add an extra 60 yards to the rushing total.
Right.
These were real runs. It was Henderson. It was Brown. It was design runs by Woods and Kupp and Akers. I mean, so from that just alone, they gashed them. The first thing is this. McVay literally beat Jim Schwartz into submission. Submission. The Eagles were trying to do all these different things on defense, and they were getting up right and left, okay? Yeah, just haymaker, haymaker, haymaker. Their heads are spinning to where Jim Schwartz literally had to go, forget it, I'm going to play man-to-man every play, and so we're not going every which direction, and our heads are all over the place. You just got him, you got him, and they went and he did that almost the rest of the game completely through because he was like, they've exposed me, and I didn't coach good enough this week. So I'm just going to call a defense where it's mano-y-mano. And that's really what happened, okay? But let me just wax poetically about McVay and everything about it.
The pod.
All right, here's 2 things. We talked last week about a little more 12 personnel from the Rams.
Yep.
Saw a little bit. I don't think we saw a ton of it this week. But the variety of runs McVay has in his run offense, that has gone up from years past. There is more things going on, more of the Kyle Shanahan effect. It's no longer just speed sweep, inside, outside zone. There's now, like you heard me say the last game, pulling guards, trap plays, toss cracks. So from just the run game itself, he's giving defenses more to look. And then, McVay, he's smart as shit. Okay, I got the run. I got the play action and boot off of it too. So that just little added element of expanding his run game has expanded his pass game. And the other thing that I find brilliant through 2 weeks, that's also a new thing with McVay. When he ran play action pass, they used to just they'd run the play action pass with the running back and the quarterback, but the linemen were kind of still doing pass protection, right?
Yeah.
Right? And they're really good defenses, key offensive linemen and things like that.
Gives it away.
It gives it away, right? So they're coached that way. They're doing more like New England and Shanahan play action pass, where now he's going back and the guard's pulling just like he would on that run play. So it really looks like the run play. And McVay and the offensive line and everybody, they must have gone back to the 11, with the pen and the pad in the lab, like Dr. Dre, and said, wait, we got to figure out how to pass protect on these play action passes that look like our runs. We can't have like a play action pass that we're pass protecting and yet doing a run action. And to me, that's been deadly to the first 2 weeks and was deadly to the Eagles during that game.
Well, so we did see Sean McVay with the mask on. Remember the shield in Hard Knocks?
Right.
Maybe he had just gotten out of the lab. He had been cooking up a running.
Just got out of the lab with the pen and the pad, just trying to get his whole label off.
It's funny you bring up New England there, too, because there was a point in the third quarter where the Rams, they went for 4th and 1 at their own 30. I like that. I always love that aggressiveness right there. He had trust in that offensive line, trust in the new running game, like you just mentioned.
What did they do? Quarterback? Was that the quarterback sneak?
Quarterback sneak.
Yeah, right.
At their own 30, though.
Yeah.
I mean, not many teams would do that. You have to have a ton of trust in your offensive line.
No doubt.
That you can pull that off. But that same drive, and then later in the quarter, I was watching Goff, and after seeing him do all these bootlegs and rolls and play actions and stuff like that, there were a couple where he would just play action, drop back in the pocket, and they'd hit a cross to Woods, Cooper Kupp, over the middle. I was like, man, that kind of looks like Tom Brady. In a weird way. It was like he's hitting these crossing routes with receivers that are very New England, too. Like Woods
just like, not superstars, but you're like, they're really good.
He was standing up tall in the pocket, delivering it on time, and these crossing routes. I was like, man, he showed a couple of things there.
He definitely did. I do think the ball's coming out of his hand as clean as I've ever seen it through 2 weeks. And when I say that, I just mean, you know me, I sit there and slow plays down and go, like, is that a spiral or is that just like, hey, it was accurate, but it was an ugly ball? Hey, there is something to that. When the ball's coming out of a guy's hand clean and all the time, it usually means, hey, everything's right mechanically. He's seeing the field good. Everything's comfortable. He's throwing it being decisive. Goff is, some silver platter throws. Hey, he's wide open. Here you go. But like you said, I mean, there was a post corner early in the game. He throws down the left sideline for a deep throw, high-level throw. A few of the other play-action passes, the crossing routes, like deeper crossing routes and things like that, high-level throws. So I don't want to take away from Jared Goff. I know it's been very good. I just try to be real and tell you that the game is made easy for him at times, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, it has, and I don't know if you're ready to flip the page.
No,
over.
not yet.
Okay,
One second.
right.
I just want to make sure I did write just to wax poetically more about him, though.
But I'm going to file something away. I'm going to file
Okay, file it away. More comfortable throwing in the tight windows. I wrote in the past would have moved on something easier, but he's hanging on going, wait, this is about to come open. Let me sit here for one more hitch, and then I'll throw a strike in there. Those are things.
Trust in the offensive line.
I think that's part of it, no doubt about it, no doubt. And I'm sure McVay also this year was a little like, hey, man, don't be so quick like to the letter of the law of the offense. You got enough feel now to know when that guy's about to come open. And just because your feet are saying, hey, you should go to the next guy, trust your eyes a little bit.
And if you get crushed by Fletcher Cox, that's fine. You can survive that.
If you throw a strike, you will. You'll survive it. You'll be good. Okay. And then let me just say anything else. Eagles' second level of their defense, just to talk about them, their linebackers, this is an issue. It's going to be an issue. There's nothing impressive there. They were horrible in the game. They were all over the place.
They had a linebacker trying to cover Higbee on that
on the long one up down the sidelines. That one, right? I mean, that was Jerry, right? He number 47. He's supposed to be there. Him, Duke Riley, the guys in the middle. They have no presence in the game at all. They just run around, and so that's an issue for them. Because it's unfortunate the Eagles, for the first time in a long time, actually have some cover corners and some people that can play man-to-man. Pass rush is a little. I've been underwhelmed by the Eagles up front the first two games. Can't lie. I love me some Fletcher Cox. Mm-hmm. He has not popped the way I would like. Malik Jackson has not popped the way I would like. Javon Hargrave. I mean, I don't even feel like he played a lot in the game the other day. And then let me just see if there's anything else, and we'll move on because I know you want to move on and the clock's ticking.
Move on if you have something else here.
I think that's it. Let's see. Nope.
All right, I filed something away. I'm going to access it right now. And you can come back. There's no rule that says you can't make a note about the Rams offense after you come back.
It's good. It's good. We're good. I think we hit it all. We hit it all.
This is what, and I wrote this down when I was watching the game.
Yeah.
I go, Goff, they're rolling him out, play action, receivers are open. McVay is making it easy for him. It looked completely the opposite for Carson Wentz. It was like, hey, Carson Wentz, drop back, try to make something happen here, try to fit it into a tight window there. It just seemed like for Carson, what he was asked to do was at such a higher level, such a different level than what they were asking Jared Goff to do. It was striking when I was watching the game.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is you realize how covered everybody Carson Wentz has to throw the ball to, right? I mean, that's to me just at a base fan level. And this is, I had to go on the radio with somebody yesterday who was like, Carson Wentz, they gave me a stat, was saying like he's got the most off-target clean pocket throws in the game. Okay, well, again, numbers and analytics are great, but there's more to that story. I mean, yeah, the pocket's clean. How open are the receivers? And I think that's the thing, too. So, if you're always throwing to tight receivers, you're always putting it, I got to put it here so my guy can get it only. And that's going to lead to off-target throws where, yeah, it's off-target throw, but, I bet you I go back to some of those throws and go, if he throws it on target, it's going to be an interception. Mm-hmm. That's where we all have to, keep that into, our mind. But their offense, man, it's tough. I think that's what you're saying. It's just work. Everything is work. It's nothing easy. There's no game plan, wide open receivers. It's always jam it into this guy for 5 yards, jam it into that guy for 8 yards. And then they can't run the ball effectively either to nothing really scare you that way. And I just think it compounds itself. I mean, you look at their drives. 9 plays, 50 yards for a field goal. 11 plays, 75 yards for a touchdown. Okay, they got the short field touchdown off the punt fumble. So that was a 2-play, 11-yard drive. But then their next score, a 13-play, 60-yard drive for another field goal. I mean, that just says it all. We got to go 13 plays to get 60 yards. The good teams and good offenses right now are going 40 yards at a clip on every drive on one play or another. You got to be able to do that. And there's nothing of that in their offense. Their meat and potatoes plays are good. The offense is good. It's about what else is there? Is there a new game plan play or something else that can get the offense off and take the pressure off a little bit? Yeah. And that's where I really look at the Eagles and think, they're messed up that way.
I mean, the beginning of the second half, they had a drive, and it did look a little easier for them. I don't know if they made adjustments or what they did at that point. And so Wentz started out on fire in the third quarter.
Right.
And then it ends with him trying to thread the needle with the fastball into double coverage.
And that was stupid.
And they got picked.
Right. Yeah, that was a big moment of the game because they're being outplayed and that you're going, wait, it's 21-16 and they got a chance to take the lead right here. It was amazing. But there was, as much as I don't want to blame Wentz for the storyline that's out there, Wentz is the problem, this is where you do blame Wentz, though. This is for the second week in a row. At the wrong part of the game, he decided to be ultra aggressive. And, that's really an issue for him. He threw 2 interceptions in the game. The second one, the game was out of hand, and he's trying to force the issue and try to bring them back. He's not the kind of guy that's just going to be check down Charlie and go, oh, look, I improved my stats, but we still lost by 20. He's going down swinging. But, yeah, that was a huge moment. He was very late to recognize the coverage, and then he was very late to throw the football. That ball should have been completed a good second and a half before it actually got there. I mean, he was very late to that, and that allowed the corner to undercut it and the safety make it a bam-bam play and almost got the receiver killed. But, the Eagles, like I talked about with the meat and potato plays, right? They got a lot of the good, solid things for everything, all of that. But, I wrote, can they get some chunk plays? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And then I wrote, how many times can you run inside and outside zone? I mean, they only have 2 run plays. I don't know. So that bothers the hell out of me, too. And then, of course, I wrote, Wentz jamming it in there. Nothing easy. Rams defense, it's good. It's not great. If I was going to break down them just real quick, the Rams have playmakers. The Rams, though, their defensive style is similar to what I just said with Mike Nolan, except they're more talented. They're not blowing my brain away where I'm just whoa, that's cool. What's that defense? But it's never the same look, right? So it's simple looks, but it's never the same. They're very good at disguising. Oh, it's cover 2. Oh, wait, they went to cover 3. Oh, they might blitz. Oh, they went to Tampa 2. Oh, they might blitz. Oh, no, it's just man-to-man. Nobody blitz. They're very good at it. They're very sound. They mess nothing up. They don't. And it allows them to play fast. And that's where they've been really effective so far.
All right, so for the Eagles side,
I think that's
it sounds like Yeah, they need playmakers. Figure out a way to get Deshaun Jackson open down the field. They got a guy they drafted. They obviously think highly of.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Hurts. Is there anything you think they can do with him to make life easier for Doug Peterson, to make life easier for Carson Wentz?
Sure. I mean, I'm all for it. Trick plays. Do something. But they have to figure out how to get explosive plays involved in their offense. They do. I know, like week 1 we saw it, right? But those were like 2 little game plan plays that were like, in the lab with the pen and the pad again, getting ready to unveil that because, I know who we're playing week 1, so I got these 3 or 4 plays that are going to screw you over. But there's just not enough of that in the offense. And
Philly special. We need to bring it back.
Whatever it is.
10 more.
And again, if you want to do like a quarterback throwback, whatever, they just got to find they don't need a lot. They just need a few plays every game, like I said, to where we don't have to read the stat sheet and go, 13 plays, 60 yards? It took you 13 plays to go 60 yards? I mean, the 49ers went 80 yards on the first play of the game. I mean, one play. The really good offenses in football, this is something to watch for, really. When you look at this stat sheet of the game, they're really good offensive football. Look at how many times they'll have 5 plays, 75 yards, 3 plays, 80 yards, right? They'll have a few of those sprinkled in every game. And that's usually why a lot of those, teams win football games.
Carson Wentz snapped a streak of 20 straight games with a touchdown, which was the longest active streak in the NFL, throwing to his tight ends a bunch because, there's just not a lot of other options out there.
No.
30 targets to tight ends this season, 9 more than any other quarterback. So it's just those short tight end, Ertz, Goddard.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson, they've been unable to infuse him into the offense, and he's not as fast as he used to be. Rager, they're doing their best. But read that stat again. Let me hear that one more time. Go ahead. Say it all. Say it all again. One more time. All of it.
All of it?
Yeah, all of that part.
To re-emphasize the fact here.
Yeah, because I want to hear it.
He had a touchdown pass, 20 straight games.
Gotcha. Yeah, right.
30 targets to tight ends this season.
Yeah.
That's 9 more than any other quarterback. So no other quarterback is throwing to his tight ends more. They got 2 good ones.
They do.
They can be part of a productive offense.
Yes.
So.
But they got to start using them as decoys to create some other big plays or whatever that is. But that even speaks to what you started off with, just how hard to throw. It's always Goddard over the middle. 7
yards.
He caught it for 7 yards and lost his head. Way to go.
3rd and 2 now.
I know.
I got to convert another 3rd down.
Right. And hey, we can't forget Miles Sanders, fumbling to start the game, getting the Rams off that right way.
I mean, all that, the Eagles were within 5 or 12 minutes left. So
I'm not giving up hope
in this game.
I'm not giving up hope to what you're saying. You're right about that. You're right. They were very close. They could have easily won week 1. Week 2, the score is misleading. The game, it was 24-19 in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
I mean, so it was there to be had. It just, they got to refine some things. And like I said, I wish they would find a few more run game things and a few more ways to throw the ball down the field. And on the tight end thing, too.
Yep.
Like, if I'm them, there's no way I'm paying Zach Ertz. There's no way. Like, not George Kittle or Travis Kelce money. There's no way. The best
tight end on the team.
Exactly right. The best tight end on the team right now is number 88. He has taken over the mantle. So you don't pay your second best tight end on your team the 3rd highest contract in all of football. That would be bad business.
Yeah, bad allocation of resources, as they say.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.